It is Monday, April 20th. I just went on a long walk with this guy to get some fresh air. And this morning, to my surprise, I already received my scan results. My oncologist called me first thing in the morning, and considering I thought hospitals were overwhelmed due to COVID, I was ready to wait over a week even for my results, which is why I'm surprised. And I wanted to kick off this video to say a huge thank you, just like not even to my team, but all healthcare professionals, everyone on the front lines during these times. Like, going to the hospital was really nerve-wracking last Thursday, and I can't imagine everyone who does it every day, and not just every day, but like their extremely long hours, barely getting breaks, putting themselves at risk as well as their families at risk. And of course, all service workers, grocery workers, delivery men and women, everyone who is putting themselves at risk during these times, this global pandemic. It's a big thank you. But of course, a big thank you to my team, who still managed to check my results, knowing I tend to get a little bit of anxiety during these times. So thank you to my oncologist and my nurse oncologist. Big shout out to everyone at the MUHC. I'm also recording this video because I know that a lot of you highly anticipate my results as much as I do. So I wanted to fill you in because I wanted to keep this fresh, and also I record these videos as a way to let go and release all the thoughts that I have. So this walk was pretty reflective, and I thought that I'd immediately share it with you, despite being all bundled up and it's kind of cold. My fingers are cold. Now, when it comes to my results, the reason why I'm probably not going to act as phased as usual is because it's the same story. It's the same thing as usual, where the remaining nodules have shown a little bit of small, slow growth. He said about 5 millimeters. And I'm just sick of giving so much power to these damn scans and these damn little tiny itty bitty measurements when there's such a bigger picture to my body and my health. But to reveal the results, that's what he said. However, the great news is everything is still contained, which is why I still consider it stable, because there are no new lesions and there's nothing that spread outside of the initial affected area, which is my lungs. So that is fantastic news, which is something to celebrate, which I believe us cancer thrivers forget to do when we get this type of news. And so he continued to say that we were going to continue with the Verzenio, since it's pretty much slowing everything down, and because of this global pandemic, he didn't think it would be the right thing to change drugs at this point. But I immediately interrupted to say that one thing I hadn't updated you guys on was my treatments and how I've been coping on my new treatments. The last drugs I was on was Verzenio for almost 10 months now. I newly started Arimidex when my last scan showed a bit, again, of slow growth and minimal progression, and I've been on Xeloda, which is to induce me into menopause since like years and years now. Verzenio, right off the bat, immediately caused what 80% of women normally experience on Verzenio, and that is diarrhea, digestive issues. And so I've been taking the Imodium, and I've been trying to find ways based on my diet to prevent the daily diarrhea. Of course, if you take Imodium, then Imodium has its share of side effects and can even lead to constipation, which is a big no-no for me and for anyone really. And so I would say I've just been tolerating Verzenio. I've been tolerating it because I believe after 3 months of it, I witnessed regression, which is the goal, right? So I was like, if it's going to shrink the cancer, then hell yeah, I'm going to continue to take it, and I'm going to find ways to cope with the side effects. But because the last couple of scans have shown, slow growth and minimal progression, I just felt like it's been getting worse in terms of my digestive issues and the diarrhea, that I thought now would be a good time to change. So I finally really told him what like I've been experiencing. So he agreed, and now I'm moving on to Xeloda. How do I feel about Xeloda? At first, when I heard about Xeloda, because it's an older chemo pill, it's basically a soft chemo pill. I don't know, I didn't know if I wanted to go back to like old school therapy, knowing that there was all these newer drugs out there, which I wanted to start with. But because I've pretty much done the Ibrance, I've done the abemaciclib, and it didn't really have a huge effect on me, I feel like Xeloda is the best treatment to move forward with at the moment, considering, you know, COVID-19, because then there was a drug called everolimus, I believe my oncologist was suggesting, but it has a very big effect on the lungs. So COVID-19, having a new treatment that has an effect on the lungs, not the best idea. So I'm gonna start that next week, and not only that, I stop everything else. So I'm even stopping Zoladex, and I'm only starting next week, meaning this is the first week in a long time that my body is getting a break. So I'm going to use it to detoxify as much as possible and to build my body so that it is strong enough to handle Xeloda. How do I feel? Like I said, I'm not very phased for one with these results, because last scan was 2 months ago. Usually I do it every 3 months, if not every 4 months. But I had a scan recently 2 months ago, which pretty much showed the same results. So it's no surprise there. And two, I'm very happy to finally be getting off Verzenio, because Verzenio was taking a huge toll on my body. Basically, I just wanted to get off of it, and I'm very happy to be getting off of it. So any new therapy at the moment is good news to me. I'm gonna start walking again because this little guy is getting impatient. He's like, "Mommy, why are you chatting so much? We're supposed to be on a walk." On another note, I feel like there's far worse things happening in the world right now. That like small, minimal 5mm growth of lesions that I knew were already there doesn't seem so bad to me right now. And I'm not one to panic unless like something really awful and urgent happens to me and I can't function. But I feel healthy, and I feel confident in the bigger final end results and the big picture, which is, I just know that I just have this feeling that everything's gonna be okay, that this is just all part of the process, it's all part of my journey. So those are my scan results, and I feel pretty confident. If anyone's ever been on Xeloda for a significant amount of time and has positive stories to share, please. I'm sure there are negative stories out there, but like, I'm looking for some positive ones. Please share them in the comments section. As per usual, I will keep you posted on the process and the next treatment and how everything goes. I believe I will be getting a next scan in another 3 months, and I will be checking in with my doctor in 6 weeks over the phone, because we gotta stay home, stay safe, stay away from people. Hopefully all this will be over soon. I did a pretty deep Instagram post, and my caption shows the parallels between COVID-19 and living with metastatic cancers. So you can check it out over here. Leave me a comment, give me a follow, and hope to see you guys soon. Be kind to yourself, and thank you for all your love, your prayers, your wishes. I send it right back to you. Bye. By the way, it's still kind of cold in Montreal, so if you hear me out of breath right now, it's not the lesions in the lungs, okay? It's this weather. Where is summer?